So I'm diving in right now. This is a 2024 update to the answer to this question, which used to be a straight no. Now I'm happy to say there are two different things we can do to stop search ads from appearing when someone types in our own brand name when it comes to Performance Max, because this used to be a huge gripe of advertisers. It was something we simply couldn't control, and we were sick of paying for our own brand name. So the first way we do this is we come into our Performance Max campaign, we go down to settings, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and in additional settings, you'll see we have brand exclusions. Now here we're going to click here and hit the box here and basically go through the process of typing in our own brand name and excluding that brand. Now the only thing is this isn't the same as a negative keyword exclusion, because you're just sort of giving Google the brand or the URL and saying exclude this brand and leaving them to make their judgment as to which searches. Could be synonyms, could be misspellings, all sorts of variations of your brand name where that's what that person's looking for, but Google might not know. So either way, you're going to enter the brand list to exclude there. And if your brand is too small to actually appear in Google's list by default, you're going to have to propose that they add it, which you can do on the next screen. Now the second way is a little bit more unknown. So it's actually filling out a specific Performance Max campaign modification request form. This is really like back-end stuff. So you're going to come in here, you're going to go enter your name, your details, blah, blah, blah. Now you're going to follow my settings here. You're going to press keyword exclusion. You're going to go at the campaign level. Then you're just going to say, why do you want us to use the campaign level? For brand traffic, to get rid of brand traffic. And here it says, we recommend just using, the brand exclusions, which is that first thing I showed you. Why don't you just do that? We're going to press no, and we're going to say, because it does not meet my needs as an advertiser. Who could argue with that, right? So you're going to say that, and then you're going to come down here. Now what we have to do, so this is how difficult they make it for you to actually add negative keywords to these campaigns, because they could very easily just give us the option to do it ourselves, but these are the hoops we have to jump through. You're going to have to download this, which is a PMAX request template, so that's downloaded there into my downloads. Now I've saved you the time, okay? So I'm going to put this link below, but you're basically going to end up with a spreadsheet that looks like this. It's going to send it to you in the downloads as an Excel spreadsheet. I've opened it up as Google Sheets, same thing. So I'm going to give you this list, or this thing, just so you have it anyway. You don't need to go find that form and everything, but you can, if you want, download it directly from Google. Basically, you can read the instructions, but I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to go keywords at a campaign level. You're going to press exclude, which I've pre-selected here for you on the left. At the campaign level, again, I've pre-selected all this for you. You're going to enter your account ID, so it's just going to be the numbers. Copy, make sure that they're all the way down for each of the keywords you're about to enter. Enter your Performance Max campaign name, and then you're going to enter your keywords. Now, I've used the example of Pepsi, right? So they're going to be added in phrase match, in negative phrase match, but because we're specifying that in this column, which I've already done for you here, you're just going to enter your actual brand name. So it'll end up looking, obviously not with example, like this: Pepsi, Pepsi Cola, Pep space C, and all of these will be added by the Google rep who's going to personally and manually do that for you. They will be added at the end of the day like this in phrase match with the the phrase markers around them, the quotation marks. Except because we've specified that in the other column, we're not going to do it. So just enter all the variations of your brand here. Simple as that. Now I'm going to include a link to this below. You're going to need to basically come up and press make a copy, okay, before downloading it yourself. So now I'm going to throw back to the me that originally created this video, because my answers to the other questions are excellent. I'll leave you with them. The next one, I've seen my own ads on other websites and apps, is this Performance Max. So yes, as I mentioned earlier, just like smart shopping campaigns, Performance Max has a dynamic retargeting element to it. So as someone goes and views your product, there's a feed attached to the campaign automatically if you're connected to Merchant Center, which will then show the user that specific product as they browse the internet or as they go on other third-party apps. The final one, can I get a breakdown of where my ads served across search, shopping, and display, so I know how much money I'm wasting or how much money is actually going to good use? So the way to see a breakdown, this is a little bit of a hack that I'm going to show you now. So here we have a Performance Max campaign at $50 per day. And I wanted to basically show you, so notice the impressions, 93,170 impressions, and then 1,159 clicks. If, however, I go and look at the actual listing groups, that number will be slightly different. So notice now I'm looking at the listing groups, and it's 92,400 and only 1,042 clicks. So the key takeaway here is that the number we see in the listing group side of things is actually the relevant one. That is what's happening on shopping. the difference is made up on search ads as well as, the display network. So this is really the number that counts. And as you can see, the vast majority are actually going to shopping, which is why, it's still a top performing campaign. So you can basically just look at the difference between the numbers you see on the listing groups page with the overall campaign performance in order to kind of determine what percentage of your Performance Max campaigns is actually going to shopping.